Christ. Or in prison or something, dude. This has gotten rogue shit nuts here. What do you know so I can spare you boring repeats? Have you gotten calls from anyone?
No, no one has called me.
Oh, I'm shocked, actually. I've set the world on fire out here.
Okay. Important, I hope.
Well, yeah, right, yes. I was not there.
We're in California and they're listening. You got to be careful about saying that kind of shit.
Well, the fires I set are verbal.
Okay, that's it. I just want to make clear for whoever's listening that is the case.
And that's a good idea. It really is because, dude, I even had a snitch bitch who robbed me, and then the one that jacked my shit in the car, and then I saw her and she said, oh no, she got picked up by a sting around the corner when she drove around the corner or some bullshit, and she was getting me my shit back. Then a couple of days I'm still trying to get it back, she's not getting it back, and I'm saying, hey, I need this back. And then I put pressure, I gotta get it back. I'm trying to stop charges, but you're going to get pressed with charges. And then she turns around and says, oh, I see in your stuff here you have IDs and passports and stuff. Stuff I was turning into the fucking State Department that was given to me as part of evidence. And now she's taking it and saying, oh, and some of my friends are in it. And, oh, we're going to press charges. And I'm like, you can try and press charges, but I'm a federal contractor and I censor the federal codes. At first I said, I'm willing to have all these charges dropped if you return my stuff to me immediately, everything, and the money you owe and everything, and because she also ripped me off for money and all kinds of shit, and she made some other remarks back, and so I really got pissed, and I said, now we'll add to the federal charges extortion, sex trafficking, and I started rattling off a bunch of center of the federal codes that say the laws that apply to if you tamper with federal agents or federal government employees and federal contractors carry the same penalties under federal law. And I haven't heard a fucking word back from her since. I said, now do you want to return the fucking shit or do you want to look at the federal charges? Still no replies back in 24 hours now. After I was told I crossed the line and, you know, they were going to come after me, and all of a sudden it's gone radio rogue silent. And also the public pretender finally gets in touch with me and lets me know there's a warrant for my arrest and announces she's assigned to my case. And I called her back several times last week, never got a call back. And I'd also called the public pretender's office begging to get to speak to whoever's assigned to my case, but because I don't have my case number because I was robbed, I can't get my case, and I need to go to the clerks, and I call the clerks and I can't get through, and I'll go to the clerks in Santa Monica or West LA, and they're telling me I know I got to go to the downtown courts. Well, guys, I've had walking pneumonia, and it's been raining, and I'm not feeling well, and I've been being robbed a lot. I've even gotten maced with military mace in the face when I was trying to stop at a place where I knew some people to get a replacement bike seat because somebody ripped half the fucking bike seat off on the bike I'm using. Poor kid, this bike I'm borrowing probably thinks I got killed, or I've been gone like over a week now with this guy's bike. But, you know, I haven't even been able to get back to that side of town safely. And I've been, you know, just hanging in some certain areas where I found a spot where oh, by the way, I sent you like $1,200 in money orders. One's for like $1,000, one's for $200. They went out on Friday night out of the federal building in LA, so they should be to you by midweek. They're payable to you. I never got the email that told me how much on taxes for which ones to get open, the easiest, etc. on corpse. Did you get numbers on that?
I did not have numbers. Live video is still alive. I've been paying that $25 every year. But disaster relief, I don't know. It's probably a couple of years behind.
Yeah, and that's going to be like, what, $100, $200 to bring it back?
Yeah, 150 maybe.
Okay, so out of the $1,200, you can pull that out.
Okay, I'll ring up live video, or disaster relief rather.
Yeah, and live video will run cash through and figure out, you know, what we donate to disaster relief, because disaster relief isn't going to produce the concert. I want live video to produce it so we make fucking money on this thing. hell or high water, I am going to find a way to do this fucking show. If I have to, backdoor through government grants or any other funds I can tap into, which I'm finding funds I can tap into. I'm getting pissed, dude. Honest to God. So then I call the public pretenders begging to get them to squash the warrant so we can sit down and have a meeting so I can show them the evidence on all these different cases where I've been put in jail and had the choice. I could sit in jail through 3 holidays and 90 days because due process, holidays and all the bullshit time doesn't count. So I cop police just get out, but how I want this stuff rescinded and I want this warrant squashed and I want certain things returned, the city start paying damages. And she never calls, and I call a couple times and leave her voice messages, rather threatening, like I'm coming after your bar license if you don't get this squashed and call me. I called today, I get some dumb shit answering the phone like Carla, and I'm like, is this the public pretender defense? Yes. Is this Carla? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, this is Kurt Kelly. Who are you? You're representing me? Oh, I am? On what case number? I said, well, I don't know that because I was robbed. Oh, well, I need the case number. Well, hold it. Stop a minute. You called me, and I called you back, and I left you messages last week. Well, I don't remember it. I said, you don't fucking remember it? I said, do that. I'm the guy who does television and film. I'm a fucking federal contractor. I'm a humanitarian, and I've been tired of being dicked by the city. I've been trying to get you to squash the warrant. Well, you can't talk to me that way. I said, stop being a fucking bitch. I've left you messages. Oh, I'm hanging up. She hung up on me. So then I called back and I videotaped at that time and I read her the riot act of what a piece of shit she is and I'm coming after her and going to have her disbarred. I want her boss's name and I want her to put me through. And instead she hangs up again. So then I call back the main office. The first number on the internet is disconnected, by the way. The second number, when you get through to somebody, I'm like, I'm calling, and Carla so-and-so is supposed to be, and well, she's not in this office, she's out of that office. All right, then maybe I have the last name wrong, but it's Carla, and she works in your office. No, we don't have one, I don't think. Well, yeah, you do. Could you look me up by my name, and you could find out who's assigned my case? Well, what's the case number? I said, I've been robbed, I don't have the case number. Oh, well, then you'll have to go to the clerk's office. I said, ma'am, I'm not feeling well. Could you transfer me? Well, no, you'll have to write down the number. I said, ma'am, who's the head of your office? Why? I said, because I'd like to talk to them. Why? And I said, well, because I'm a federal contractor. There are cases I've had to plead to that are not right in your office, and there's improprieties, and I need to talk to them. And under FOIA, FOP, FOS, all of a sudden, click, they hung up on me again. I wasn't even yelling. I was just citing the reasons why I felt I needed to speak to the supervisor she was not letting me through to, and instead she hangs up. I have it on tape. Dude, I think I have enough to hang the public pretender's office. They're supposed to be defending my interests, not hanging up the phone because they don't like how I address them. Am I missing something here? I mean, this is like the Wild West gone fucking rogue, dude. This is like the modern day. I feel like I'm in a modern day Wild West.
You need to call them back, being incredibly polite, as polite as ever, and try to get through to your public defender.
Oh, I already spoke to her and fired her.
Record that part where they're saying, we can't do anything without your case number, and say, what do you mean? You can't look me up by my name, and your database is that far out of date, you can't look my name?
No, it's they don't want to. They can, they don't want to. It's their way to cockblock.
Make them say it and then post that shit online.
Oh, I'm going to post the ones already where they're asking for case numbers that I said been wrong. You'll mail them the link. I should just take it over to the Department of Justice and start suing under civil rights violations. This is a violation of my civil rights to proper defense. And when I told the dumb bitch that I wanted to meet with her and her boss ahead of trial to squash the warrant, we had time so we could review videos and other hard evidence because I wanted retribution from the city. Oh, that was never going to happen. It's like, well, I know you work for the DA, but I really don't give a fuck. It's my right to sue the city when you've been fucking me like you have. But you didn't seem to see the same things I see. I hear what you're saying. Okay, so can you give me those numbers when you get a minute, and thank you for taking the call, and what's a good time tomorrow when we can talk for 5 more minutes?
I got no idea. Take your best shot.
All right, rock and roll, thanks. Much love.
Talk to you later.
Bye.